Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are getting very close to the Ashlands update because the Valheim devlog for this month is literally titled Getting Ready for the Ashlands. So I think we can all agree this is a really good sign. So let's see what they say in this article and what we need to do in order to be prepared. So first thing to talk about is this right here, which are their public test branch recommendations. Now, joining through the public test branch like this is your way of playing the Ashlands update before everybody else, basically, apart from other people in public test. So essentially you'll get access to the Ashlands update a couple of weeks before it's officially out, and it will enable you to play test it and have fun with it and have all the features, but there will be a few bugs, and then you can obviously report the bugs back and help to make the game better. Now, there is a link to this article in the video description, and you can see right here, you can click here and it will take you through to all the PTB stuff. So I'm not going to cover like a PTB tutorial in this, but just to say, if you want to do Ashlands early, that is your way of doing that. Now, terrain generation is always something with every update that people worry about. You know, what if I've explored Ashlands and what if I've built there and stuff like that? So this next paragraph is going to cover that. Let's take a look at what they say. The first thing to note is that the new content, so the new Ashlands content, will only be generated in previously unexplored areas of the game. So if you have been to your Ashlands biome and explored it in its entirety, you would have to start a new world in order to get new content. Chances are you haven't explored the entire Ashlands, and if you've explored a bit, that doesn't really matter. Just go to the bit you haven't explored and you will get the full Ashlands experience. Of course, though, they are always going to recommend that you start an entirely new world if you want the best possible experience. But if you have a world that you want to keep playing on because it's, you know, you've been playing it for a while or whatever, then as long as you haven't explored that area, you will be fine. Now, they say here, though, that additionally, the Ashlands update features some significant changes to the terrain generation around the Ashlands. So this is kind of different to previous updates. There are going to be differences now before we even get to the Ashlands, which they cover in this paragraph. So to get to Ashlands, you will of course have to go by ship. The Ashlands biome is not going to connect up by land to any other biomes, so you're not able to sort of, you know, walk across to it. And because of that, it just makes it a little bit different because the actual ocean on the way to Ashlands is going to be different and altered to what it currently is. Now, they also go on to say about buildings that might have been built in the area. So if you've built things in Ashlands, then chances are that when the update comes out and your world updates, there are going to be issues with that. So you might want to make backups of your world before you go ahead and update and reload things. But if that is the case, then you might have to unfortunately lose certain things that you've built in that biome. Some of the more obvious stuff is make sure you've defeated the Queen, and also you've got like the best possible gear because Ashlands is going to be really, really tough. They've said that the Queen will be useful in the Ashlands. So at the moment, of course, we have the Queen drop when we kill the Queen. So we're assuming that, you know, that Queen drop is going to be used for something in the Ashlands in the same way that Yaglu's drop was useful once we had the Mistlands update. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the Ashlands update. It should be very soon. Please do subscribe if you want to see all the update tutorials that I will be making as soon as Ashlands is released.